These are the Bajau sea nomads. They've lived in the ocean for hundreds of years and have evolved to have 50% larger spleens than regular people, allowing them to reportedly hold their breath underwater for up to 10 minutes and swim to depths of up to 200 feet. But why would anyone want to live in the middle of the ocean, vulnerable to the dangers of choppy water, lethal storms, and without access to healthcare, job opportunities, and formal education? Well, the majority of these people lack citizenship or have been evicted from their homes elsewhere and don't have any of the rights or protections of legal citizens in the countries that legally control the waters that they live in. And here in Wakatobi, they're often treated as second-class citizens by their Indonesian counterparts on the land and are viewed as lowly sea scavengers. How long can he hold his breath underwater?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Okay, he's like a fish.
And in 2002, the Wakatobi National Park was established in and around the Bajau people's pre-existing village, threatening their way of life by restricting the Bajau's ability to fish in their traditional fishing grounds. As ancient techniques and fishing practice are lost generation by generation, the Bajau people have turned to more environmentally destructive fishing methods like dynamite fishing and potassium cyanide poisoning, threatening the environment's coral reef and increasing the tension between the Bajau people and the Indonesian government here in Wakatobi. So how is this floating village holding up today, and how has the outside world affected them for better and for worse? After finding a Bajau native named Albar, who was born and raised in the floating village, he agreed to take me to his home and help me understand the Bajau's way of life and their current situation.
We're in the middle of the ocean. This is extremely remote. It took us several days to get out here. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Hello. Hi.
We're gonna hop up here and get to meet some people. This is our improv hotel for the night. Very nice. Okay, so we're staying in his house back there. Very hospitable.
Now, before we go diving with some of these legendary divers, I want to get a full tour of the village and see what's going on here.
1,200 people out here is quite a bit, given what it is. How do they build the town? Right? It's a secret. Okay, it's a secret how they build the town and expand it. You can use your imagination. Of some guitarists, how long can he hold his breath underwater? Hi.
1 minit.
1 minute.
Kadang paling 2 menit. Kalau menyelam 2 menit.
Okay.
Iya.
Can we bring him to the water tomorrow and test his skills? We want to see if we can find the person with the most breath on this village. Would you be interested?
We will try, man.
What time works for you? Morning tomorrow?
I'll practice first.
Okay, practice.
Before I try.
Okay, tomorrow morning.
As I gathered as many divers as I could for an informal dive competition between the village, I wanted to understand how people lived on top of the ocean 24/7 and got the things they needed to survive without ever having to leave.
Looks like we have a bit of a shop right here. Some people doing laundry over there. What do you do out here?
Dagang es. Es blender.
What are the responsibilities of a Bajau mother?
Ya, memasak, mencuci.
How big is your family?
Anak ko tulungan.
Is life easy or hard out here?
Ya, tiru ni. Jara luang tahu ka di labo jaran tantang lawiru ni. Kadang niak, kadang sa.
Do most men fish? Carpentry? What is the most common job?
Nilai ngaringgi ngutta.
And we have the squid right here they were cooking. This will be lunch, dinner, breakfast right here. This is good stuff. What do the Bajau women do here? What are their responsibilities?
Pekerjaan kami po madapuran nih.
Working in the kitchen.
Madatay mo po, bikin anana,
Bananas?
baby, bikin
Ah,
baby.
Is life easy or difficult here?
Belum ya, alok jadu.
And how big is your family?
Keluarga dami kami matambang nang.
Okay, right now I'm getting an informal house tour. Okay, we come inside. Thank you for having us. Beautiful living room. Hello, and these are her kids?
Dapur.
Hello. Whoa! And then you have beautiful outside view. Oh, toilet. Right here?
And in this house I stayed at, the bathroom is just a hole that goes straight into the ocean.
A different world completely we're walking through right now. This entire place is wild.
And the kids here still love playing soccer. But if the ball falls in the water, you jump in, grab the ball, and hope your neighbor didn't just take a dump. And just like the rest of Indonesia, most of the men here smoke like dogs.
Have you lived here your entire life?
Oh, masih anak-anak mandi tu.
Were there more fish when you were a child?
Para dah ya, sekarang itu baru bayar.
When were the roads built to connect all the houses?
Masih mantan dulu tu.
Yes.
Dulu kan ni aja kami orang itu, bah kita di takut bangun apa kat atas berumah ni.
Okay, you used to have to swim from house to house before the government put these roads in. How deep could he dive?
Wag madahulun sa puli mandupa. Kampi ka dia.
15.
Wow. What is the technique you use to catch fish? Spear fishing, net fishing, big ship, explosives?
Dia jenis misi ngaringi.
Ah, net fishing.
Net fishing.
Okay. Do you know who Donald Trump is?
Dana.
Ya, boleh tak ada bang.
He don't know.
Okay, pretty refreshing actually. Do you know who Mr. Beast is?
Ya.
Do you know Michael Jackson? Look at him. He's got moves. Bye bye. Bye. Hello. Hello. Hi. Okay, so he's cutting the iron for the fishing weights. How did you learn how to do this?
He think he make it by himself.
Ah. Okay, it's ready. Tell him we'll come back. We'll come back. Okay, it started. Flash flood real quick. We're all flooding to come up. What do they do when big storms come? Do they go to Big Island?
They went to the land, went to the
Okay.
town.
They wait for it to pass. What are some of the traditions of the Bajau people?
These are just a fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah.
And swimming?
And swimming.
Okay.
And a row.
The storm has passed. Wisdom has been gained. This town is actually pretty huge. Didn't expect it to be this big. You can take a look at these steps I'm walking across right now. A lot of ground to cover right now. But real quick, do you make videos but don't have enough time or money to make shorts or clips to help promote them? With every big streamer and YouTuber using Reels, TikTok, Shorts, and clips to get discovered, with Opus AI, you can create high-quality shorts without editing in minutes using the power of AI. You just copy the link of the video, let's take this one about sea nomads, search opus.pro and paste the link. And you can use Opus's Clip Anything feature to search for any specific moment or theme and it'll automatically clip all of those moments. Just let Opus work its magic and boom, a couple minutes later, I have 10 different clips. But the question is, how good is their AI at editing and do these videos get views? I want you to try out for yourself. Make a short using opus.pro, put YouTube Tyler Oliveira in the description, tag at Tyler Oliveira, upload the short, and I'm gonna send $1,000 to whoever's short or TikTok has the most views by the end of the week. Thanks Opus for helping me edit my shorts and market my videos. Back to the floating village. We have a mega market right here. This is the supermarket out here. They have diapers right here. They have all sorts of snacks, all sorts of sugars. They got Sprite and Coca-Cola. Okay, what is your name?
Rani.
Rani. Is this your store?
Yeah.
Okay, very beautiful. Did you start this business yourself?
Nadi seba, anyeba, kam ni lauda.
This is shop. They bought it from another businessman.
Big business brain. Do you have a family out here? Are these your kids?
Iya.
Do you want your kids to move to big city or to stay here forever?
Di sini bagus.
You want them here?
Ya.
Okay, to run the shop.
Daripada di darat.
Oh, we got all sorts of good stuff right here. The adventure doesn't end out here. We've probably met nearly 80% of the village out here right now. Hello. Yup, this is a tough spawn for this guy. Okay, not the friendliest parrot. Is that your duck? Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Oh, this is beautiful. Kids in the States don't do this. Look at him playing with the duck. You caught a fish. Oh, dang. Beat its head in and killed it? Oh, very generous of you. Whoa! Yes! Good job! That was funny!
And just like the majority of Indonesia, most of the people here are Muslim, and there's a large mosque in the center of town, with many of the women covered in hijabs despite spending most of their days in the water doing things like cleaning this boat.
Salam. Hi, salam. Looks like it may have been damaged by some sort of storm or hurricane. There are prayer mats inside. Everything in here needed to be a good Muslim. What do you do for a living out here?
Nelayan ni.
What's the craziest story he has while being a fisherman?
Ajar dah kama salam temu.
2 times he got shaking.
Oh, his boat sank?
Misian
Ask him if Bajau people can swim much better than other people.
sama mga
Bajo people.
They're the best?
Yeah, the best Bajo people.
Okay. How long can he hold his breath underwater?
Yesterday young he can do 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Has the fishing gotten more difficult out here compared to when he was a boy? Is it more difficult to fish now? It's difficult.
Right now. Yeah.
Ask him, why is it difficult?
Because so many people, fishermen coming from outside, from the big island, but so many people, so many fishermen came in here,
I see.
and they catch a lot of fish.
Do many people do dynamite fishing or the potassium chloride stuff? Is that common or somewhat rare?
So many people use a bomb.
Many people.
And while most of the houses are now connected by makeshift bridges or wooden planks, some houses like this one stand alone in the water, only accessible via boat or by swimming.
Right here is Lauda's house. It is only accessible via boat because the bridge is broken. Lauda! I like your house!
This is Lauda and his brother. Rumor has it, they're some of the best divers here. But before we see them dive and hunt underwater like fish, I'm curious how long the village can hold their breath underwater.
For the most part, these guys are underwater for as long as they need to be. This is a hunting skill, not showmanship. We want to see what their maximum breath capacity is.
Basically, a spleen can hold fresh oxygenated blood, and the larger your spleen is, the more fresh oxygenated blood that organ can hold, which technically extends your body's ability to stay underwater longer. So it's said that in certain Bajau families, the spleen is 3 times larger than average humans.
We don't have the ability to run an MRI or an X-ray on these guys, so we're gonna test them in the water right now. I told everyone here if they can hold their breath for 2 minutes, I'll give them 150,000 rupees. We just want to incentivize them to see if they can just stay there, hold their breath, obviously without hurting themselves. All right. We're gonna have a weighted vest around the individual so they can just sit there and hold their breath, but not too heavy, obviously, to drown them. Okay, he's putting on the weighted vest. He'll be our first diver. Let's see how long he can hold it. They are ready for the diving competition. He's under. Okay, the timer has begun. 31. Not that impressive. He's under. "25 seconds. Not very much.
Yeah, okay, go.
He's under. "38. I'm gonna guess the chain smoking out here is probably not helping their dive times and lung capacity, but I could be wrong. Okay, now we have the head boss. Lauda's brother, what's your name? Kabe is in. $120. These two siblings did the best thus far.
But what the Bajau people don't have in lung capacity, they do have in diving and spearfishing skills.
Okay, Undu, how long have you been diving?
Dah masih madiki.
How many minutes can you hold your breath underwater?
Di kulit dah minit.
How deep can you go underwater?
10, 12.
How do you like living here in the village atop the water?
Karena gampang miang.
In a couple of years, do you ever see yourself moving out of the village and going to a bigger city, or will you live here forever?
Bisa.
Kevin,
Yeah.
you're Undu's older brother?
Ya.
Okay.
Okey.
How deep can you dive underwater?
7.
How long can you hold your breath underwater?
Tidak cukup 1 minit. Dah minggu main dulu. Dah jah. 2 jah.
Okay, let's do this. Undu and Kevin are gonna jump in and do what they typically do underwater. Dive, spearfish, hold their breath, utilize their Bajau skills. Break a leg, Dan. Are the people as good at diving as they once were, or is it kind of a dying tradition?
The budget people have a skill like this traditional, use Google, not mask like this, and they make it their spearfishing by handcrafts.
50, 60 years ago, like your father's time or your father's father, were there many more divers than there are now?
More now.
More now? He found a fish. What?
It's very catch.
Okay. Wow, that was quick.
But the skill shown by some of the more middle-aged dudes here in diving and spearfishing was so impressive that it looked like it was second nature to them.
Okay, that's 2 fish already in less than 5-6 minutes. Amazing, good job. Very quick, good job.
Good.
Wow, he got another one. 3 down already. Oh! Ah! He's amazing. Let's see the fish. What is it called? Dodo.
Dodo. Bahasa Baju dodo.
Can we eat it tonight?
Ya enak dibakar.
Yeah, okay.
Ya.
Ah! Undo's catching fish left and right. So many fish so quickly. Very good.
Yes.
What is that fish's name?
Alalas.
Alalas. Oh, smooth.
Ya, smooth. Barakuda giginya.
Oh.
Ayam. Smooth.
Oh, whole torn straight through him.
These guys are beasts.
Is it tough to catch up with him?
Oh man, Dad especially can just get down there. He's got his traditional goggles, which are cool.
Yeah.
They don't suction cup. They're made of wood and glass, and they literally just, it's the pressure of going down deep that holds them against your face.
Whoa.
It's pretty awesome.
Makes it look a little too easy.
These guys are small though. A lot of this is fished out, and but you get quantity, you still eat.
So we're seeing the effects of overfishing out here.
I think so.
How are you able to dive so well while you smoke 1 pack a day?
While spearfishing is certainly one way to catch a bunch of fish, those who are often more desperate and less talented at diving have been driven to more high-risk, high-reward methods. Dynamite fishing is an extremely dangerous yet effective technique where the user throws a homemade bomb into the ocean that explodes and creates a shockwave in the water that kills countless fish instantly.
Have you ever almost blown yourself up while dynamite fishing? Do you know anyone who has blown themselves or part of their bodies up doing dynamite fishing? For money?
Yeah, for money, to get money. And then it's now that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why what we are going to do is that
Despite the risk of being arrested or blowing yourself up, the potential reward of a big fishing haul caught quickly keeps dynamite fishers like this guy building and throwing bombs for a living. And on top of blowing up the reefs with bombs, research shows that the Bajau fishermen's use of potassium cyanide to stun and catch rare reef fish that are then sold for high prices to aquariums and exotic seafood markets slows down the reef's ability to recover even more than the dynamite fishing does. We found and interviewed this guy who does it full-time for a living. But real quick,
I'd be like, go on down the road, you fuck.
if you want to support our boots-on-the-ground independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, and uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month.
Why do you use the potassium cyanide instead of spearfishing or net fishing? When you use the potassium, how many fish do you end up killing? Are you ever afraid the government will catch you?
actually upright to the government, but it's hiding, and then the government when they come to catch him, nothing proof.
No proof.
No proof.
Ah, smart man.
Yeah.
Does the government crack down on it, or do they not really care? How many fish do you catch each time you throw dynamite in the water? What is the punishment if they catch you? How many rupees does he make? Do you think you'll ever stop? Gotta respect the game.
As destructive fishing practices, overfishing, coral bleaching from rising sea temperatures contribute to the habitat loss of fish, Bajau fishermen claim that they have to go further and dive deeper only to catch less fish, making the lifeblood of their day-to-day existence increasingly at risk as time goes on. I met up with the oldest elder in the village and Albar to hear the village's history and how it's changed since he's been alive.
Okay, Albert, what is this place to you? Did you grow up here?
Yeah, actually, this is the first main village. I was grow up here, but in 1980.
What do you remember as a boy?
The houses separate each other.
Walking path?
Rich, when we visit to the neighbors, swimming, and then talking in under house, like for example like that. Yeah.
Okay, and how many people lived here when you were a boy?
When I boy here, almost 200.
200. And now we have how many?
1,003.
Okay, 1,300
people.
Okay,
Yeah.
much bigger. Do you have to be a fisherman to make money here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone fishes.
Everyone fishes.
Okay. What do you want the future to look like? And what do you think it will look like?
Itu kadampak anjara itu mau pendidikan nih.
The future, I think this here, just for the a bit better here, I think. Better here, I think, because we still seeing the types like fish, yeah, like canoe, net.
Oh, it's easier now.
Easy.
Life is easier now?
Yeah.
Okay. Did every kid have access to school here when you grew up?
Yeah.
And you swam to school?
Swimming to school.
Memang mana dahulu kan gampah kebetulan pemamiana masih kurang.
Used to be easy?
Gampah. Sekarang itu lebihnya memamia daripada nama di pamia, berarti enggak tertipu nih.
But as the Bajau people are forced to engage in increasingly dangerous and unsustainable fishing practices to survive, the future of them and their village looks uncertain.